أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Future Stars live on Hidayat TV. I'm your host Hassan Shah, and today we're talking about deeds, actions that we do in our lives that will account for where we are in the hereafter. Something which are really important, which we don't normally talk about. So before we continue, I'd like to obviously introduce my guests.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Misra.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Mohsin.
And thank you for that introduction. Okay, so today we are talking about deeds. Starting off with deeds which invite blessings, so some good deeds. So, first of all, what can we understand by the word deeds? What are deeds?
Deeds are like actions you do for either they're good or bad, and they can be for anything like on a day-to-day basis. If it's good, it's normally like for religion, like praying or giving to charity, or they can be bad like swearing in public or like something like that.
Yeah, so deeds are basically, we can explain them as actions that we do. Yeah, these are the things that we do in our lives which could benefit people, could harm people. Yeah, so these are some things that we do. Everything we do have consequences. Yeah, so some things we do might have good consequences, some things we do might have bad consequences, and we need to think about, do we really want to be doing stuff that causes bad consequences and does not please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or do we want to do the good things that please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and benefit people in a good and healthy way? So Misbah, you've got the first thing, so can you start, Misbah, with a loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala
Allahumma
Muhammad.
salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil fajrahum.
Allah says in Surah Al-Baqarah, Ayah 277, those who believe and do deeds of righteousness and establish regular prayers and regular charity will have their reward with their Lord. On them shall be no fear, nor shall they grieve. There are many deeds which, if done regularly, make Allah pleased with the person who has done them. We should do good deeds because other people benefit from us. By being good, we are obeying Allah and pleasing Him. Also, we will have a good feeling by helping others. Some of these are listed below. Number 1. Waking up early in the morning for Salatul Shub and Salatul Fajr. As to the righteous, they will be in the midst of gardens and springs, taking joy in the things which their Lord gives them, because before then they lived a good life. They were in the habit of sleeping but little by night, and in the hours of early dawn they were found praying for forgiveness. 2. When you wake up in the morning, say Salamun Alaikum to your parents and ask them if there's anything you can do for them. Number 3. Reciting Quran in the morning before going to school or work, even if it's a verse. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ has said, the best among you are those who learn the Quran and teach it to others. He has also said, let light shine in your house with a recitation from Quran, and do not turn your homes into dark vaults. For when Allah is frequently read in a house, the blessings of Allah descend, and those of the house live a life of ease and happiness, and the house shines in the sight of the heavenly creatures, the same way as the stars shine for the creatures on earth. Number 4, giving help to those in need. Everybody gets help from Allah. Allah likes those people more who are kind to others and try hard to help them. Number 5, giving to the poor. Allah has given you your wealth. You should be thankful to Him by giving it to others who need it. Number 6, to pray Salah on time. Our sixth Imam has said, whoever does not pray on time is not of us. Number 7, to tell the truth at all times. Prophet Muhammad has said, leave falsehood and make speaking the truth a habit. We are also told that lying is the mother of all evil, since when you lie, you will start to do other bad things as well. So what?
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil fajrahum.
So thank you for that, Misbah. So Misbah, there we're going over deeds which invite good blessings. So deeds which benefit people and benefit yourself in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah. So why do you think it's important to think about the actions that we do, these deeds? Why is it important to think about these actions?
So that you know how to improve, and so that you know how to not only make your life better, but also enjoy your life, because bit by bit, if you start changing, then you'll have like sort of like a state of peace in mind.
Yeah, so finding finding happiness in your life. Yeah, so we find a lot of um, maybe I'm trying to think of an example. Let's think about famous people. Yeah, a lot of famous people. Yeah, they might feel, and a lot of people talk about how they might feel depressed or stuff, things like this. Yeah, and they might feel like money isn't all, and they might say things like money isn't all about happy. Money doesn't make you happy. Some things like this. Yeah, and it could be to do with the things that we do in our life, our deeds. Yeah, one thing that really brings happiness to people is the actions and how you benefit other people to make them happy. So making other people happy often makes yourself happy as well. And doing things to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is another way to gain happiness and gain content in our lives. Yeah. So those are some things which some things that we can say is important about doing good deeds and good and thinking about the actions that we do. Yeah, and then Mispa went on to some examples of some good deeds. Yeah, so what are those? What are some of those examples that Mispa went on to, Mohsin?
So tell the truth all the time. Giving to the poor, praise Allah on time, read Quran in your household, giving to those in need. When you wake up in the morning, say Assalamu alaikum to your parents, and ask if there's anything you can do for them. And reciting Quran before you go to work or school. And I
Yeah,
think that was it.
yeah. So one of them reading Salah on time. Yeah, there's a lot of people, and some people might have the issue of not even reading Salah at all. Yeah, which is one big step to conquer. Yeah, which we all should be doing. That we all should be doing our Salah. Yeah, another point is reading our Salah on time. Yeah, maybe we might find some Salahs that we don't read on time. Maybe Fajr and maybe Maghrib and Isha. Those are some salahs I've heard that not a lot of people read on time. Yeah, so reading salah on time is a really good way of maybe structuring your day as well. Yeah, improves the structure of your day, and also, of course, most of all, it's the best thing to do in the eyes of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. Best time to read salah is obviously the time to make salah, the right time, yeah, is making it on time, which gives you the best amount of reward in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah. So one thing, um, reciting our salah on time. Yeah, that's one important deed. Yeah, some deed which we will see then in our lifetime the um, the benefits of doing that. Yeah. Okay. Another thing is that Miss said was waking up in the morning, yeah, and taking care of your parents, yeah. Why do you think that would invite some good blessings, Misbah?
Because by doing that, you're helping others as well, and um, you're improving their life basically. Because by just doing that simple act each morning, they might have been feeling sad or something beforehand. By doing that for your parents, you're making them feel better. You're making them feel happy, and it's just like it eases some stress off them.
Yeah, and one thing, another point that I would like to add to that as well, Misbah, is they've they care for you most of your lives. If you're caring for them as well, you just wake up, you say salamu alaikum to them in the morning, and then you give them something, you help them up in the morning. Yeah, you're showing your gratitude to all the care that they provided to you and how they had to wake up at night for you when you was a child, and when you was a baby. So these are just some good things, yeah, just to become a good person, and just doing that um, improves the way you look in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah, improves and makes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pleased with you, which is our ultimate goal in this life. Yeah. So the next thing was reading Quran. Yeah, reading Quran. A big thing which may happen is that we've done qaida, we've finished the Quran one time, and then for maybe 10, 15, 20 years we're not even going to touch the Quran ever again. This is a big mistake, isn't it? Yeah, a house is blessed if people inside it are reading the Quran. Yeah, so an important and valuable deed which we should be doing. Yeah. So these are some examples of blessings and actions. Yeah, and also one another action, giving charity. Yeah, helping other people will obviously improve the way you look in the eyes of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, and Allah Subhanahu wa Taala will be more pleased with you. Yeah. So, Mohsin, you've got the next thing, so I can start Mohsin off with the loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Continuing on what Mr. said, 8. To be a host, have a guest in the house. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ has said, when Allah wishes to do good to a family, He sends a gift to it. The gift is a guest who brings the sustenance of Allah with him and washes away the sins of the family when he leaves. This does not mean that the sins of the family will disappear. It means that the guest gives a chance to the family to be good and hospitable. If the family is a good host, Allah will be pleased with them and His mercy will forgive them of their sins. 9. To wash your hands before and after meals. Number 10. To be in a state of the heart clean. Always perform wuzu before sleeping, eating, praying Quran, or offering salah. To say Salatul Jummah, as Prophet Muhammad ﷺ has said that if you already offered your salah and you come to the mosque where salah is being recited in Jummah, you should offer your prayers. You should offer your prayers again to praise Allah. Deeds that Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa
So thank you for that, Miss Mohsin. Yeah. So some more deeds, yeah, that Mohsin told us about. Yeah, one of them was to be a host. Yeah, to host a people at your house. Yeah, something which we obviously we can't do it. We can't do in our circumstance at the moment. Hopefully, it's slowly clearing up. And what was the date that that restrictions would go down? If they've made a date by now, I don't know. I don't know if you guys know, but hopefully maybe this is one thing to think about when restrictions go down. Everything's fine. No one's in risk. Yeah, is to be a host. Yeah, so it's said that a guest coming to your house is a blessing from Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. Yeah, why? Because it gives you a chance to be respectful and give that person a good and pleasant time. Yeah, to be around and talk to and have some food. Yeah, and if Allah Subhanahu wa Taala is pleased with you, it's to for Allah Subhanahu wa Taala obviously give you blessings and to remove some wrongdoings you might have done yourself as well. Yeah. So guest is obviously really a blessing from Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. Yeah. So to wash your hands before and after meals, obviously a cleanliness thing. Yeah. It's important, obviously, to be when you're Muslim is to our cleanliness and hygiene. Yeah. An important thing and something which have proved important, especially in the times that we're living in now. Yeah. So another thing which is a good deed and invites blessings. Yeah. Another thing, it being in a state of taharat. So we already talked about cleanliness. Yeah. Why is it important to spend majority of your time in this state? Why do you think it's important to spend the majority of your time in a state of taharat? Why? Do any of you guys have
because
it?
because it
Yes.
makes you look one more appealing. Number two, it saves less. It saves more time, so you don't so you don't have to, what's it called? So you don't have to do, let's say, wuzzle later or ghusl. So
Okay,
so it saves a lot more time.
so mostly talking about time there. So something for yes, for some for him to save time, which is a good point. Save time on doing those things where you can spend more on maybe reciting Quran or doing salah. So it's a good point. So what about Misbah? What about you, Misbah?
I was gonna say that to be clean all the time is not just like physically clean. You can also it's also like in um like your soul is pure and that is clean too, because it's very important to do that, because otherwise you're gonna invite all these bad deeds in, and you're not gonna just in the eyes of Allah you're not gonna be seen as good, or you're just gonna be seen as bad, and that for and like Allah will think like less of you, and you need to just like, if you want to prove yourself, prove devotion to Allah, you should keep reading the Quran and keep praying on time and keeping yourself actually pure and clean in your soul as well as your body.
Yeah,
And Allah
another.
also likes the people who keep themselves clean.
Say that again, Mohsin.
I said Allah likes those who keep themselves clean.
Yeah. Another a good point from both of you. So obviously, it's important. One of the most obvious reasons that I can think about to be is a good deed to be in this state, a state of taharat, is because this is a state where you recite salah, where you recite the Quran as well. Yeah, so it's important to always be in this state where you're always prepared to do these things, to recite salah and to recite the Quran as well. Yeah. So, and the next thing, to read salah in Jama'ah, to in a congregation. Yeah. To so when we go to mosque and we recite in a congregation. Yeah. In that is called salat in a Jama'ah. Yeah. So why do you think it's important? Why do you think Allah Subhanahu wa Taala um, um, views and looks at this and is more pleased when people are doing salah in a congregation, doing salah together? Why do you think Allah Ta'ala is more pleased by this?
Because it shows unity, and you get more blessing from it, because it shows that everybody they can all stay together in peace and do something good, rather than spending their time bickering.
Yeah, so obviously shows unity. Yeah, and it grows bond between people. It's a time of where community grows and strengthens, which is really important, and which we all should strive for as well, to have a stronger and a more united people. Yeah. So these are some things, good deeds which invite blessings, and when we think of deeds, they're not only good deeds, but they are also bad deeds as well. Things which don't invite blessings, which invite, in fact, misfortune and bad things. Yeah. So we'll go on to them now. So Miss Beh, you've got the next thing. So can we start Miss off with the salawat. Allahumma salli ala.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد وسلم وجههم.
Deeds that invite misfortune. We avoid deeds that invite happiness, but there are also deeds which are bad, and if you do them, they will lead to unhappiness. Allah has made certain deeds wrong because either they are bad for us, i.e., our health, or they hurt or harm other people. Some of these deeds are as follows. Number one, missing to say your prayers on time without good reason. If you're watching your favorite football match and it is time for salah, you should go to pray first and then come back to watch the rest of the match. Our sixth Imam Islam has said, whoever does not pray on time is not of us. Number two, eating when you're already full. This is bad because you spoil your appetite as well as making yourself overweight, and you're putting extra pressure on your body to look after the extra weight. You also lose respect for food. Number three, sulking. This means to make a face when you do not get what you want. This is bad because you're being a spoilsport. If your parents refuse you something, they are only doing it for your own good. Number 4, being stubborn. This means that you think only that you're right and that everyone else is wrong and refuse to hear everyone else. You should listen to others and think about what they are saying before you decide what is right and wrong. Number 5, sleeping more than is required. If you sleep too much, then this is bad for you. The more you sleep, the more tired you get. This means that if you become lazy and lay in bed for longer than you need, then you will become even lazier. Time is very precious and Allah has given it to you to spend usefully. Try not to waste it. Salawat.
Allahumma.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa sallim.
So thank you for that, Misra. Yeah. So we talked about one of the good deeds is reciting Salah on time, and obviously, which things which invite not not blessings but misfortune. Yeah, would be not reciting your Salah at all. Yeah. So so missing your prayers without a good reason, obviously. Yeah. Um, is obviously a thing that would be not good. Yeah, something that we shouldn't be doing. Yeah. So eating when you already are full. Yeah. Another thing. Yeah. That Mispa went on to talk about. Yeah. Mohsin, why would this type misfortune?
Because you're putting it's like you're kind of putting strain on your body, for example. So well, not for example, but so basically, if you do that, then you're giving yourself too much for you can't eat anymore. So there's no point in forcing it down if you can't finish it. So you're basically eating too much, and like it says, you'll become overweight. And you will just increase your appetite. So over time you'll just want to eat more and more and more, which is not good for you, and you'll eventually become overweight.
Yeah, and you could say is it's mistreating the body that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has provided you. Yeah, that body that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us. Yeah, we're not treating it with the respect that it should be treated with. Yeah. So, and obviously down the line, yeah, it will cause issues when you grow older. Yeah. And even the point at which you are now, yeah, it causes troubles, it causes issues. Yeah. So it's good that that we should stay away from doing that. Yeah. So Mohsen, what was the next thing that I went on to talk about?
Stalking.
Yeah. So Mispa, why would this be not a really good thing to do?
Because it's just like showing your spoil sport, and it's like if you just it's like showing that you don't have no appreciation for what you got, and you just want more, and that just because what you didn't get that one time or multiple times, you like yeah, so it like shows you like no respect for your parents for whatever they provided with you, and you want more, and it's just like rude, and it will hurt the other person's feelings if you just want to be
Yeah.
sulking and like.
It's basically to not be grateful for what has been provided to you. Yeah. So which is obviously not a good mindset to be in. Yeah. And if you're in that mindset, one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not appreciate you being in that mindset, and it's not something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to be in. Yeah. But also it's not gonna improve your situation either. Yeah. So the next thing that Mispa went on to was being stubborn. Yeah, not being prepared to listen to anyone. Yeah, one will not. Obviously, Allah is not good in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and there's a reason why. Yeah, all these things, there's a reason why they're not valued and they're not and they're things that we shouldn't do in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah, because they 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 harm us in a
They
way.
don't.
Yeah.
They don't help
Yes.
us.
Say that again. Yeah. They don't help us. Yeah. So being stubborn, how would that not help us?
because you're basically you're having a narrow-minded view. So, for example, if you just go down in being indulged into one mindset, for example, if you're indulged into the mindset that you want to just make money no matter what the cost, so even if you do haram things, it's going to cost you. So, like by cheating somebody, eventually, if you cheat like a lot of people, you're gonna get caught up in all that.
Yeah. So being stubborn, it makes people not want to be around you. That's one thing. Yeah. If you only think your way is the best way, and you're doing the and there's no other way to do things, and your way is the final thing. Yeah. Then people would obviously don't want to be around you. Yeah. And it's not a good person to um hang around with. Yeah. So another deed there. Another bad deed there. So sleeping more than required. Yeah. Why do you think this would be a bad thing, Misbah?
Because the more you sleep, the more like tired you get, and if you keep on doing this, it like makes you more lazier and makes you not like be able to get up and do anything work. Because you in that time you could spend doing work that you need to do, or like revision or something, but rather you're using it in uselessly and you're just sleeping. But when you already have slept and you have like the energy to do work.
Yeah. Oversleeping the amount that you need to. Yeah. And the more time you do sleep, as Misbah said, the more obviously you get more lazier. Yeah. And if you sleep more than you need, that time after that when you finish sleeping, you sleep as much hours that you need. Yeah. Yeah. You can get on to do more productive things. Yeah. Things that will able to help you in life, help you to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, help you um help you with your education, maybe help you with whatever business you're doing or anything like this. Yeah. These are things precious. Time is precious, isn't it? Yeah. So these are things. Another thing which is not pleased in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah. So Mohsin, you've got the next thing, so we can start Mohsin off with a loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa sallam. To tell lies. Lying is very bad and can become a habit very easily. Lying is also a key which opens the door to other bad deeds. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ has said, "Leave falsehood and make speaking the truth a habit." 7. Being rude to others. This is bad because you are not only hurting other people's feelings, you also will lose your self-respect and your friends if you make a habit of you being rude. 8. To think you are better than others. This is one of the worst deeds because this is pride. This is why Shaitan has removed from the mercy of Allah because he thought he was better than Prophet Adam alayhi salam. How can you avoid pride and arrogance? However, however good you are, or however while you do, just remember that just remember Allah. Tell yourself that He is one who has helped you achieve your success, and thank Him, and you will stop yourself from becoming arrogant. 9. To laugh at people's mistakes. This is rude and as well as being proud. Everybody is human and everybody makes mistakes. To laugh at other people is bad because you can hurt their feelings. Just think, how would you like it if other people laughed at you? 10. To be in a state of najasa and cleanliness. You should try to you should always try to remain clean and tahir. This means that you should wash yourself properly every time you go to the toilet and make sure that your clothes do not get najis. If they do, then you should clean them as soon as possible, as soon as you come home. It is said that to be clean and tahir is from the habits of the prophets. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala
Muhammad wa
Muhammad wa.
Muhammad wa
So thank you for that, Mohsin. Yeah. Some more deeds Mohsin went over there. Yeah. Lying, a very obvious one. Yeah, because it gets you in. Obviously, it's things that Allah Subhanahu wa Taala is not pleased with if you do. Yeah, and it gets you into places, yeah, which you feel like you have to do more bad things. Yeah, like there's a thing where the more you lie, if you say one lie, it will web out all these other lies. Yeah, because once you lie and you don't want to now get out, and then you have to get out of this situation. You have to keep lying. Yeah, so like Moses said, it's a key to a door to open other bad deeds and bad actions to commit. Yeah. So and then Moses talking about a hadith from the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yeah, telling us to leave falsehood, make make speaking truth a habit. Make it a habit which you do. Yeah. Being rude to others. Yeah. Obviously people won't want to be around you if you're rude and you're not open and you're not nice, and you people wouldn't want to be around you if you have this bad attitude. Yeah, so obviously it's a thing that which will definitely not benefit you. Yeah, thinking that you're better than others. Yeah, the the sin, yeah, the deed of shaitan, yeah, the thing that he did, yeah, which is a story that we all know about, is when he was told to bow to Adam, Prophet Adam alayhi salam, yeah. So obviously a really bad thing, isn't it? Yeah, but why is thinking that you're better than someone a bad thing? Mohsin and Misbah, any one of you?
It's a feeling of superiority. So, if I think I'm better than Misbah, let's say, it's bad because you only say that because it's you. So you don't even know whether what she can do, and you need when you look at a person and you just assume that it just makes you look. It makes you just look like what's the word? It just makes you look selfish, and it just makes you look like you're so full of yourself and arrogant that nobody wants to be around you because it's just like it gives off a bad vibe or energy.
Yeah, so we can think of this thinking you're better than others as really a root thing of other bad and really horrific things like prejudice or racism or stuff like this. Yeah, and which we see hard rooted in some of the places we look at in the world today. Yeah, we even think about this Israel and Palestine situation. Yeah, we even think of racism or and some of the situations which have happened in America, stuff like this. Yeah, one of the worst things that you can do because it leads to actions like this, and obviously the thing that Shaitan did himself. Yeah, he did to really the most thing that he's known for this start. Yeah. So the next thing is what did Mohsin get into there, Misbah? What was the next thing that Mohsin said?
To laugh at other people's mistakes.
Yeah. So not trying to help people, not trying to give them advice, just to mock whatever mistake and whatever mistake that they've made. Yeah. It's not helpful to the person. It doesn't help them get out of any situation that they're in. Yeah. It just makes them feel worse. And also, how would you like if you did something which you did by mistake and the people react the same way? Yeah. It's the idea is that would you really want to be treated like this, how you're treating other people? Yeah, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala really doesn't like. Yeah. So the next thing, yeah. So obviously we talked about a good deed being clean, yeah, taking care of your hygiene and being tahir, yeah. And the next thing that Moses went on to is being in a state of najasat, yeah, uncleanliness, not being hygienic, yeah. Obviously, we just have to look at the situation that we're in now, yeah, and we can think about what are the risks of being in this state, yeah. But can you not think of any other risks that might be come with being in a state of najasat?
Disease.
Okay. Yeah, Misbah.
I was gonna say disease as well, and that it's just like unhygienic, and yes, it increases your risk of getting disease also, but it means that you're more likely to pass it on to others as well.
Okay. Yeah, and also it's a state where you can't read salah. You shouldn't be touching the words of the Quran. Yeah, some things that it prevents you from doing, which gives you blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it's a barrier to do those good things which will get you closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah, which is really important. Yeah. So we've gone over some deeds which are good and which will you benefit from, but we've also went over other deeds as well. Yeah, deeds come in two variants: things that will benefit you and things that benefit you, but in fact cause damage to your life here in this world and in the hereafter as well. So hopefully we were able to understand some of those points made there by Mohsin and Misbah. So I hope you at home learnt a lot. I definitely learnt a lot here as well. Yeah. So so thank you for joining us on today's show, and I'll see you next week, same time, same place on Hidayat TV. But until then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.